The latest on that deadly hit-and-run incident in Las Vegas. Minutes ago, 24-year-old suspect Lakeisha Holloway was in court for the very first time. It was a really quick hearing, with Holloway taking just a few minutes to respond to the judge's questions, and a new court date being set for January 20th. Holloway has formally been charged with murder with a deadly weapon, leaving the scene of an accident, and child abuse for having her young daughter in the car at the time of the incident. But the judge specified additional charges will likely be filed due to an ongoing investigation. Holloway is believed to have deliberately driven her car into dozens of pedestrians, killing one and injuring 37 others. All of this comes on the heels of reports that Holloway recently changed her name. Here's CNN's Stephanie Elam with more of that.
We are learning more about the 24-year-old mother. Holloway legally changed her name to Paris Paradise Morton in October, according to a court judgment in Oregon. She also was part of the program at the Portland Opportunities Industrialization Center for at-risk youth. In 2012, she was honored for her achievements and even spoke about overcoming the odds.
Today, I am not the same scared girl I used to be. I'm a mature young woman who has broken many generational cycles that those before me hadn't. Being homeless and on my own taught me how to stand on my own 2 feet.
But police believe Holloway and her 3-year-old daughter were living out of her car since arriving in Las Vegas about a week before the hit and run. A test for alcohol came back negative, but police say she may have been on a stimulant.
All right, let's talk about this. A lot of questions, not a lot of answers so far. Joining us now, psychotherapist Robi Ludwig. Robi, really good to see you. So many questions about this latest incident. Eyewitnesses say Holloway was locked in, both hands on the wheel, driving straight towards the people with intent. What do you make of that?
Well, it sounds like this is a very ill girl who was struggling emotionally. If she was on a stimulant, that certainly could explain why she was feeling irritable and very angry. It sounds like she had no support system. And what those people meant to her on the outside, she probably was feeling enraged, murderous, envious, and also it was a sign to the world that she needed help. Maybe she even wants to be in prison because she feels that that's a safer, more nurturing place for her.
You know, a lot of authorities saying, and reporters also saying, that she possibly had an argument with the father of her child just minutes before this all took place. How do you go from what the police are saying was a, quote, disassociation with the father of her child to mowing down a crowd of people, Robi?
Well, you know, when she's looking outside at people, it's the holiday season. She might have seen everybody on the outside as being happy, loving couples that were shopping, that were taken care of. And she was aware of the difference between what those people represented and her life. Her life is filled with frustrations, misery, no support systems. She's feeling angry, sleep deprived, on stimulants. This is a girl who really did not know how to be resilient, just did not have those skills. And it's very sad. It sounds like she really could get to a different place, but needs constant support that, for whatever reason, wasn't available to her.
It's incredibly sad. The developments making it even sadder, it seems. She reportedly changed her name to Paris Paradise Morton. The crime took place outside of the Paris Hotel and Casino. Robi, could there be a connection there?
Yeah, I wonder if, you know, I'd want to rule out if she's hearing voices. I don't know why she changed her name and what that meant to her. It could have been a sign that she was decompensating in some way. So, you know, we really don't know what her mental health history is, if she was hearing voices or delusional. We just don't have enough information. But clearly this is a woman who fell through the cracks.
Yeah, hearing that a lot, not a lot of information again. What about the fact, Robi, and this is sort of really striking to me. She drove away from the scene of the crime. She found a security guard, and then she told them she had just hit people. What does that say to you about her state of mind?
Well, it sounds like she really wanted to be kind of taken away, and she realized she was out of control and wanted to be in a place that was safe. I think this was a huge message to the people out there, whoever she felt the people out there were, that she needed to be incarcerated or hospitalized, or that she was not well. And this is what she did to make the statement, I'm not in a good place, I'm not healthy. So clearly she wanted to be protected from herself and her dangerous, murderous impulses.
And having her 3-year-old daughter in the car, Robi, have you ever seen anything like this before in your own experiences as a psychotherapist?
Well, fortunately, I don't see that with my patients, but this woman would not be the first person to expose her daughter to some heinous crime. And I think when mothers are not well, they don't necessarily see their children as having a separate identity. They just don't consider it at all. And it could be a very dangerous scenario. This is also a woman who came from a very difficult background. Right. So we don't know what she's reenacting and repeating.
Yeah, and a woman who came from a difficult background who said she had recovered and thrived after having that difficult background. Now, a couple years later, seeing what happened, the incident in Vegas, and then seeing her in court today, Robi, and no emotion. Really hard for so many of us to grapple what it is that's going on inside of her head. Robi, Ludwig, we appreciate you weighing in. Thank you.